Good morning. You're in the back room with Becky, and it's Marvelous Monday. What are we talking about today? We're back to the topic of politics. And why? Because next week in Kansas City, we have our local elections. Shout out to the team for Brandon Ellington, running for the 41st District State Representative in the state of Missouri and in the city of Kansas City. So it made me go, okay, let me go look something up on Brandon. And when I did, I realized that I had signed a petition before to get him on to the ballot. Now, here's something I want to just caution everybody about. We tend to say, my vote ain't going to make no difference. Yes, it does. When we don't go and vote, it's like you voting for the other fella. So, I would just suggest, and advise that you do take part in any and all elections. Because if you do not vote, you do not use your constitutional right as an American citizen to get out and vote, what it might take 5-10 minutes, then you lose the right to complain. I don't want to hear none of that next year when you're talking about, oh God, now so whoever is put in office. Watch and see what I say. You all will have a problem with them, especially if they brown or female. So, now I don't have any predictions. I haven't done enough research, but I did find out something very interesting. The Republican Party, in its wisdom or its trickery, has decided to run a black candidate. Now, I hope y'all know what that means. That means that they recognize the value of the black vote, and they trying to get some of them. Now, you can be foolish enough to go out there and switch up Republican if you want to. I'm going to die a Democrat. Not because that is what they told black people to do. Democrats have been historically and consequentially the ones who care the most about the people. The Republicans have special interests. They get lots of money from the big boys. And so they're really for Donald Trump and Bill, I ain't going to say Bill Gates because I think he's a Democrat, but just for the rich people in the country. It's enough of that. We need somebody that's going to be for the people, by the people, and represent the people. Okay, so this guy, Herman Cain, I don't know if any of you know about him, but I posted up on my page. I did not say whether I was for, against, did I believe that he did this? I don't know enough about it. I just know that it don't matter what you do, who you are, how you got there. If you black, you suspect. In politics, that's politics 101. So this guy, Herman Cain, this is what I was telling y'all about last year. When you were talking about what the president did, you can't hide nothing. When you get ready to run for a presidential office, baby, it's like J. Edgar Hoover is up in your rectum doing an exam. They will be in your business. They will know when you smoked a joint. They will know when you had sex. They will know when you graduated, what grades you made from elementary school to college and beyond. They are very meticulous in there. And if the people that are running don't volunteer the information, it's a scandal. What's the one thing we have not had about President Obama? Because if you're not on Team Obama, he was honest. He didn't have no scandals going on. He loved his family. He represented the best in us. And because he couldn't work magic in one term. 4 years, y'all gonna get a man to clean up 8 years worth of mess? Let's get serious. So this is who the Republicans are offering up to us as the next greatest thing. And he already got stank on him. He used to be the chief operating officer, CEO of Godfather's Pizza. Godfather's Pizza was involved in a sexual harassment case. They keep saying the allegations underlined are questionable. When you don't say flat out, it never happened. I never did such a thing. Nobody in my company would do such a thing. I would take swift action against anyone commit anything heinous against a female or a male in my company. No, he doesn't say that. This is what he says. Every negative word and accusation in the article is sourced to a series of unnamed or anonymous sources, questionable at best. So Cain's chief of staff, Block, is doing all the reporting and doing all the talking. It's not one direct quote in here from Mr. Cain. Herman Cain. Remember that name. He's running as a Republican. He is a black man. Now, they go on to say that, you know, these accusations are questionable. They didn't say they was unfounded. Questionable. That's different. That's like reasonable doubt. It's questionable whether you did it or you didn't do it. So here's how the story went. The women complained of sexually suggestive behavior by Cain. That made him angry that made them angry and uncomfortable. The sources said that they signed agreements with the restaurant group that gave them financial payouts to leave the association. The agreements also include language that bars the women from talking about their departure. That's called a gag order. If you didn't do nothing wrong, see, I was in a sexual harassment case before and won. Here's the thing: people don't pay off just for nothing. If they thought they could win in court, yeah, it's a lot of money. Yeah, it's a lot of embarrassment. But if you're not guilty, why pay for a crime? Block, okay, says he's not aware of any cash settlement and maintained Cain's innocence. Why is Cain not saying that he was innocent? Mr. Cain has never sexually harassed anyone, period. And that when he asked his boss of the allegation, said, the story is not true. Bring me some facts. Bring me the accuser. Well, he can't bring the accusers because they got a gag order. Ladies, let me tell you, there's a loophole in that gag order. Because if Congress calls him up for review, guess what? Mr. Smart Political Advisor, he's going to have to tell it. Cain, 65, well, he looked like the type. He like the same type of man that harassed me. Old and ain't getting none at home, and swinging power at work is the only get off that you have. So the girls wasn't playing with you, so you decided to fire them. Somebody paid them off, else there would be another story. Trust and believe I'm going to keep on looking until I find out. Here is my commentary. You would rather have a black man with some tainted history. We have not learned anything about these people with this unethical treatment of people, sexual harassment in the workplace. It's not cool. It's not something that should be looked over because you can't prove it. Yes, you can. If those women get up and say, okay, what you gonna do to them if they break the gag order? That's what I found out. If I break the gag order, what they gonna do? What they gonna do? Sue me? Sue us. Let's go to court. That's what you ladies should have done. I ain't signing no gag order. I'm going to take it straight to EEOC and get my money. But see, that's when powerful men have the ability, there's a white man in jail right now for sexually harassing somebody and lied about it. Okay, they got him for perjury. I don't care. As long as they get him in there, let him drop the soap. Let's feel how it feels when somebody is approaching you in a sexual manner and you don't appreciate it. So, yeah, I'm going in hard on you, Herman Cain. And so you can check him out. He's on yahoo.com. Look up the name Herman, Herman, Cain with a C, C-A-I-N, like Cain and Abel. He's coming to slay our president, he thinks. He's coming to slay the Democratic Party, he thinks. Only way that he will win or even get the nomination is if we sit down and say nothing. For me, for one, after all that went on with President Clinton, and I loved him, but he lost credibility because he couldn't keep it in his pants. You gonna bring somebody in the door that already got some questionable behavior? Please do put him on your ticket, Republicans, because then I know we'll win. Because the women vote is what y'all are forgetting about. Don't sleep on it. Because women, you want to see some changes? We're talking about our children's future and our futures, the future of this nation. Cannot be in the head of somebody that thinks it's okay to sexually harass. It's okay to lie and speak and cheat. It's not. Because if you lie, sneak, and cheat on your own family, your wife, or your own job, you'll do it to this country. I don't care that he's black. I'm not going to... And that's what they think, that we voted for Obama just because he was black. Please tell him it don't have nothing to do with him being black. He was qualified for the job. God put a stamp on him and said, this year, 2008, y'all going to have a black president, like it or not. So, again, we have the status quo, the powers that be, that are sucking up all the resources of this nation, taking jobs overseas. They don't want somebody honest and fair in there. They're going to clean this dude up and keep pushing him until some stupid black people are out there voting for, I think I'm going to go Republican. Look up the history of the Republican Party and every Republican that ever sat in office, what kind of state this country was in. Except for, and I will say this, and I don't have my tongue in my cheek, Ronald Reagan was the only one that I consider that did his job without a bunch of BS. Yeah, it was questionable as to whether Ronald was actually running the country. We don't know if the Alzheimer's had set in or not. But I just know we wasn't in no doggone recession for 5 years. You in the back room with Becky. Yes, politics time. We right into November. And I just wanted to say, don't think this is the last because I'm not through. I'm going to do some more research. Herman Cain avoids sexual harassment questions. When you avoid questions in a court of law or when you with the police, you suspect. Show me your paperwork. Peace and love always for the people.